ॐ गणानां गणपतिगं हवामहे कविं कवीनामुपमश्रवस्तमं ज्येष्ठराजं ब्रह्मणां ब्रह्मणस्पतान शृण्वन्नोतिभिस्सेदसादनम् ॐ श्रीमहागणपतये नमः। शारदा शारदाम्बुज वदना वदनाम्बुजे सर्वदा सर्वदास्माकं सन्निधिं सन्निधिं प्रियात् सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयम् नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतो वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः व्यासं वसिष्ठनप्तारं शक्तेः पौत्रमकल्मषम् पराशरात्मजं वन्दे शुकतातं तपोनिधिं व्यासाय व्यासरूपाय विष्णवे नमो वै ब्रह्मनिधये वासिष्ठाय नमो नमः। चतुर्वदनो ब्रह्मा द्विबाहुरपरो हरिः अभाललोचन शम्भुः भगवान् बादरायणः। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Hydrate 1 ज्योतिष चरणाधिकरण 24th सूत्र onwards। ज्योतिश्चरणाभिधाना छन्दोभिधानान्येति चेन्न तथा चेतोर्पणनिगदात् तथा हि दर्शनम्। भूतादिपादव्यपदेशोपपत्तेश्चैवम् उपदेशभेदान्येति चेन्नोभयस्मिन्नप्यविरोधः। प्राणस्तथानुगमात् न वक्तुरात्मोपदेशादिति चेतध्यात्मम् अध्यात्मसम्बन्धभूमा ह्यस्मिन् शास्त्रदृष्ट्या तूपदेशो वामदेववत्। जीव मुख्य प्राणलिंगान्नेति चेन्नोपासात्र विद्यादाश्रितत्वादिह तद्योगात्। सर्वत्र प्रसिद्धोपदेशात्। सर्वत्र प्रसिद्धोपदेशात्। Let us read page 182. प्रथमाध्याये द्वितीयपादः। प्रथमे पादे जन्माद्यस्य यतः इत्याकाशादेः समस्तस्य जगतः जन्मादिकारणं ब्रह्म इति उक्तम्। तस्य समस्त जगत कारणस्य ब्रह्मणो व्यापित्वं नित्यत्वं सर्वज्ञत्वं सर्वशक्तित्वं सर्वात्मकत्वम् इति एवं जातीयका धर्मा उक्ता एव भवन्ति। अर्थांतर प्रसिद्धानां च केषाञ्चित् शब्दानां ब्रह्म विषयत्व हेतु प्रतिपादनेन। Is not okay? Little better or less volume? You want lesser volume? What is up? Bass is more? Resonation? We will see. ब्रह्म विषयत्व हेतु प्रतिपादनेन कानिचित् वाक्यानि स्पष्ट ब्रह्मलिंगानि संधीयमानानि ब्रह्मपरतया निर्णीतानि पुनः अपि अन्यानि वाक्यानि अस्पष्ट ब्रह्मलिंगानि संधीयन्ते। किं परं ब्रह्म प्रतिपादयन्ति आहोस्वित् अर्थान्तरं किंचित् इति तन्निर्णयाय द्वितीय तृतीयौ पादौ आरभ्येते। इदम् आम्नायते सर्वं कल्विदं ब्रह्म तज्जलानिति शान्तः उपासीत। अथ खलु क्रतुमयः पुरुषः यथा क्रतुः अस्मिन् लोके पुरुषो भवति तथा इतः प्रेत्य स क्रतुं कुर्वीत। मनोमयः प्राणशरीरो भारूपः इत्यादि तत्र संशयः किम इह मनोमयत्वादिभिः धर्मैः शारीर आत्मा उपास्यत्वेनोपदिश्यते आहोस्वित् परं ब्रह्म इति किं तावत् प्राप्तं शारीर इति कुतः तस्य हि कार्यकरण अधिपतेः प्रसिद्धो मन्मन आदिभिः संबंधो न परस्य ब्रह्मणः अप्राणो यमनः शुभ्रः इत्यादि श्रुतिभ्यः ननु सर्वं खल्विदं ब्रह्म इति स्वशब्देनैव ब्रह्मोपात्तं कथम् इह शारीर आत्मोपास्य इत्याशंक्यते नैष दोषः नेदं वाक्यं ब्रह्मोपासना विधिपरम् किं तर्हि शमविधिपरम् यत्कारणं सर्वं खल्विदं ब्रह्म तज्जलानिति शान्तोपासीत इत्याह एतद् उक्तं भवति यस्मात् सर्वम् इदं विकारजातं ब्रह्मैव तज्जवात् तल्लवात् तद् अनत्वाच्च न च सर्वस्य एकात्मत्वे रागादयः संभवन्ति तस्मात् शान्तोपासीत इति न च शमविधि परत्वे सत्येन वाक्येन ब्रह्मोपासनं नियन्तुं शक्यते उपासनं तु सक्रतुं कुर्वीत इत्यनेन विधीयते क्रतुः संकल्पो ध्यानमित्यर्थः तस्य च विषयत्वेन श्रूयते मनोमय प्राणशरीर इति जीवलिंगम् अतो ब्रूमः जीवविषयमेतदुपासनमिति सर्वकर्मा सर्वकामः इत्याद्यपि श्रूयमाणं पर्यायेण जीवविषयमुपपद्यते We had been seeing that the first chapter, first pada, first quarter is over, and there are 4 adhyaya: Samanvayadhyaya, Avirodhadhyaya, Sadhanadhyaya, and Phaladhyaya. And in the first quarter, 11 topics and 31 sutras were discussed. Saguna Brahma and the Nirguna Brahma both were discussed. So, all Upanishad dealing with the Brahman in this first path is Spashta Brahma Linga Vakya Samanvaya path. I had told this is Spashta Brahma Linga Samanvaya path. So what statements were taken from the Upanishad? They had a clear reference to Brahman in the Upanishad. Spashta Brahma Linga Samanvaya Pada. Brahmalinga is that which reveals the Brahman. Clues. Linga means the clues which reveal the Brahman, that is called Brahmalinga. Like Jagat Karanatva, Sarva Paparitatva, Sarva Atmakatva, Sarva Bodhimatva. Okay. Now these clues which you heard about Brahman are in two forms. Spashta Brahmalinga and Aspashta Brahmalinga. Somewhere Upanishad is very clearly saying, and somewhere it is not very clearly saying, but it is saying. Something can be said very clearly, and something can be said not very clearly. Go and eat the food. Or when you are hungry, you should eat the food. A clear instruction is there. Unclear is that, when Ram is hungry, he eats the food. When Shyam is hungry, he eats the food. Therefore, when you are hungry, then you should eat the food. Somebody went to foreign country, so mother said, eat very tasty food. When you go to foreign country, eat very tasty food. Achha? I'm telling you Aspashtalingani, not clear. How is it possible anybody can't get tasty food every day? He said, sleep on a very nice bed. Don't sleep on ordinary bed. Sleep on a very nice bed, And put on very warm clothes. It was a cold country, like London, etc. This is Aspashtalingani. Understood the meaning? Eat very tasty food means eat only when you are very hungry. And sleep only when you are sleepy. Then the bed will appear very good. Don't lie down on the bed when you are not sleepy. You will do Manorajya. And put warm clothes mean when you are feeling cold, then you put the warm clothes. Don't unnecessarily put it. This is called Aspashtalingani. You have to infer the meaning. Meaning is there. She wants to say something, but indirectly she has said it. And direct is eat the food. When you are hungry, eat the food. When you are hungry only, then you eat the food. Don't eat on nibbling and snacking. Don't keep on eating whole day. Yet you went in the room, put one biscuit. Again came out, put little peanut. Again went, put chips. Don't be like that. So second path is dealing about Aspashta Brahma Linga Vakya Samanvaya Pada. What is it called? Aspashta Brahma Linga Vakya Samanvaya Pada. Such a long word. I had told about it earlier also when I was introducing the first chapter. In this, Aspashta Brahma Linga Vakya Samanvaya Pada. This is the second path. So in this particular path or the quarter, we are going to take such statements from Upanishads whose clues are not very explicit but implicit. Unclear clues are there. Vague clues are there. And those vague clues are analyzed and established. That here also Brahma alone is the subject matter. Okay. So in all the Upanishad, Brahma Ep is the Tatparya. And this exercise is called Mimamsa. And therefore Brahma Sutra is called Uttar Mimamsa. Analyzing with lot of different angles with Purpaksh and coming to the conclusion that Brahman alone is the aim here. Where? In Upanishad. Sarvasam Upanishadam. Brahma eva Tatparyam. Okay. So this is the brief introduction of the second path. As you will go ahead, I am sure you will get the grip of the whole quarter. So you have to pray to God that you understand Brahma Sutra and you hear Brahma Sutra. Second path has 7 topics and 32 sutras. 7 adhikaranam. Topics mean adhikaranam. And 32 is the number of the sutras. 32 sutras and 7 topics. So, this is the second. How many topics were there in the first part? 11 topics and 31 sutras. Just keep in your mind for your just a purpose to see. Now I am coming straight to the first sutra of second path. So it will not be said, we had seen 21 sutras, 31. This is not 32nd sutras. It will be nominature will be from the second path. So first sutra. You will again, how will you say? 1.2.1. So first chapter, second path, first sutra. Don't say 32nd sutra. All that is right. But the style which is used is the first sutra. 32nd looks very good. You have completed 31. No, that you have completed. You can make it in your mind. This is 32nd. But in your book, it will be written, see, 1.2.1. So this is the sutra here, Sarvatra Prasiddhi Sutra. It is written Sutra 1 to 8. Means this adhikaran has 8 sutras. This topic has 8 sutras. So it is written here, see if you see on top, 1.2. 1.2.1. Okay, so here, 1.2.1. This adhikaran is known as Sarvatra Prasiddha Adhikaran. Is the name of the directly name of the first sutra is there. More or less you have seen the tradition is going on. That the adhikaran is named on the first sutra. So Sarvatra Prasiddha Adhikaran. Prasiddho. Please be in love with Brahma Sutra. I have lot of interest personally because it confirms everything. So Sarvatra Prasiddha, not Sarvatra Prasiddhopadesh Upakaran Adhikaran. Sarvatra Prasiddha Adhikaran. Sarvatra Prasiddha Adhikaran. See, it is written there. In the sutra, in the book it is written. Keep your book open. Sarvatra Prasiddha Adhikaran. Now, This Adhikaran has 8 sutras. We are going to analyze now. General introduction of the Adhikaran. And this Adhikaran is analyzing again Chandogya Upanishad, 3rd chapter and 14th sutra. You can now understand the gravity of Chandogya Upanishad's importance. People say sometimes that we should not read first 5 chapters. We should just start from 6th. Bhashyakar has written the Bhashya on those Upanishad where Bhagwan Vedavyasa has taken the sutra which is based on the sutra. And therefore, he has written Bhashya on first 5 chapters. So they are little not totally literate about whole thing. So 33.14, right? Chandogya Upanishad, CU. 3.14 is the mantra on which this whole topic of 8 sutras will be based on. If you remember, 3.13 we had seen Jyoti Adhikaran, and that we have also seen 3.12 where Gayatri Upasana was mentioned. Brief mention was there of that of 3.14. If you remember, when the 3.12 is talking about Saguna Brahma, 3.14, therefore 3.13 will be the Saguna Upasana Prakarana. If you remember that, you should keep all these things in mind. Once in a while, have a hobby of going back and just glance your notes. You will feel happy and underline both points. This is called as Shandilya Vidya. This particular, not Adhikara, this particular section, this particular chapter of Chandogya, not chapter, rather section, 3.14 is mentioned as Shandilya Vidya. You can understand, because Shandilya was a rishi who revealed this teaching. Shandilya Gotra is also there. You have Shandilya Gotra, but Shandilya Gotra is there. So that Shandilya rishi is there. Okay. Now, this has one mantra, and very, very popular mantra you all have heard, Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma. So Vishayavakya is 3.14.2. Can you please open the Chandogya Upanishad 3.14.2. If you open that 3.14.2, you can see the very first mantra has Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. Very popular, very, very popular Mahavakya you have heard from the beginning, Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. But the Vishayavakya is Manomaya Prana Shariru Bharupa, second mantra. If you see that, you can underline or you can put a marker there. Manomaya Prana Sharir Bharupa. Somewhere you can put a pointer there and you write BS 1.2.1. You can see the Adhikaran is there. So this is Vishayavakya of this Adhikaran. Okay. What is the problem then? Without problem, you can't proceed in Brahma Sutra. Here Shandilya Rishi is asking to do Upasana. Shandilya Rishi is asking to do Upasana. And whose Upasana has to be done is mentioned by the 3 words Manomaya Pran Shariro Bharupa. Manomaya means, you saw that? Manomaya means one who has mind as conditioning, or mind is the instrument of one. It is called Manomaya. And Prana Sharira means one who has Prana as his body. And Bharupa means one who's Chaitanya Rupa. Again I will say, you can just write in your copy. Manomaya means one who has mind as his instrument or upadhi. Prana Sharira means one who has prana as his body. And Bharupa means Chaitanya Rupa, conscious. This is the Upasya Vastu, object of meditation. The character of object of meditation is this. Manomayaha Prana Shariro Bharupa. Okay. Then, so Shandilya Rishi has prescribed that the object of meditation should be this. 3 words characterized by 3 words. How will we say? Manomayadi Vishishta. Okay. Then what is the problem then? Yat sandigdham yat prayojanam tad vichare. Bhamatikar says yat sandigdham yat saprayojanam. What is under doubt and what is with some purpose, that alone should be thought of. Don't think of something which you have doubt only. If it doesn't serve any purpose, only that car has come in the neighbor's house, whose car is this? See, what purpose you will serve? Now I'm wanting to get his daughter is getting married or not. What purpose is that? Just like that. No, don't like that. Just like that it starts and ultimately it becomes very serious matter. So don't interfere unnecessarily. Any topic which does not serve any purpose, don't involve at all. Everything starts casually and ultimately it becomes a big cause for your disturbance. Okay, so Bhamatikar says, Yat sandigdham yat saprayojanam tade vicharya. What is the problem here? So problem here is this manomayadi vishishto upasya. This is Jiva or Brahma. The problem. Only you are I am sure it is Brahman. No, but how? He is saying, because Manomaya is mentioned here. How can Brahma be with mind? With Prana. He will say like that. This Manomaya, Manomayadi Vishishta, that which is endowed with mind, etc. Is this Jiva or Brahman? Only but why you have this question? See, the question will be the one who has studied properly, he will have question. We have not studied anything in that particular section, therefore we have no question. Or you don't think, then we have no question. This question will be only when you think. Question about New York. That how many streets are there? Which is this Wall Street Journal is coming? Which place is the office? This question won't come to the one who has not gone at all. If you have not gone to New York, this question won't come, where is the mall there? So one who has not read, he has no question. So then what to do? At least hear the question, what is the question now, and make it your own question. So here he is saying, Purupaksh is saying, that because the Upanishad is giving some description of Brahman, an equal number of description of Jiva also. Therefore, I have a question whether this Manomayadi Vishishta is Jiva or Brahman. So this section is a mix of Brahman Lingam, Brahma Lingam and Jiva Lingam. And therefore, I have a problem. It is something else. About you, 5 good points are mentioned, 5 bad points are mentioned. Then question will be, can he be called good or bad? How will you define him? 5 very good topic points are mentioned and 5 not so good. So here in this section, the characteristic of Brahman is equal number and characteristic of Jiva is equal. So this object of meditation is, which is characterized by the word Manomayadi. Adi means Pran Sharira Bharupa. Is of the Brahman or of the Jeev. This is the topic of contention. Okay. In this particular Adhikaran, not Sutra. I gave the introduction of the whole Adhikaran, means eight sutras are on text. Oh my God, 8 sutras. Yes. Your capacity, your appetite should be too much to hear this. Okay. So this general analysis of the first sutra, now I am coming to. First sutra. Until now we talked about Adhikaran. Bhagwan Vedavyasa says that Manomayadi Vishishta is Brahma alone. This Manomayadi Vishishta is Brahma alone and not Jeev. How are you saying that? How are you saying that, Bhagwan Vedavyas, Mr. Vedavyas? I went to Indonesia, so I went to see Jogjakarta, where Ramayana excavations were there. So guide used to say, Mr. Valmik. Mr. Valmik has said in Ramayana, like that he used to say. So don't say Mr. Vedavyas, say Bhagwan Vedavyas. Okay. Now here Bhagwan Vedavyas is saying, don't say Vyas said, Shankar said. Don't use that word. So Bhagwan Vedavyas said, Maharshi Shukdev said, Shuk Maharaj said. Use some respectable word with this. Rishis, they are Bhagavad Tulya. Bhagavad Path. Okay. Now why he said this is Brahmalingam? He said, my dear, please open Mantra Pushpam. It starts with Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma. Second sutra is Manomaya Prana Sharir Neta. Prana Sharir Bharo. But the very first sutra, if you see, it says Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma. Now to understand second sutra, second mantra, you should know first mantra. अब क्या करें भाई? Already described now first mantra. So very popular and every Vedantic student knows this. Everything is Brahman. Everything is Brahman. See the first mantra, Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma. Oh, I didn't know it is in Chandogya Upanishad. Yes, at least you knew now. Now, how everything is Brahman? So Upanishad itself gives the answer, Tad Jalaniti. Tad Jalan. Is it surname of somebody? No. Tad Jalan. Tad Jalan is description of the world. Now you have to know the whole first mantra. So you underline that also. Yes, underline first mantra. Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma Tad Jalaniti Shanta Upasita. Do upasana of this Brahma. Atha Khalu Kratumaya. Chalo bhai, ruko. So why everything is Brahman? So he gave the cause, reasoning. What is the reasoning? Tad Jalan. Tad Jalan is the description of the world. Tad Jalan is the description of the world. So one name of the world is Tad Jalan. Okay, yes. How come this name is there, Tad Jalan? Is it because everything is Jal mein? No. Don't put your mind when you don't know that. It is not like Tad Jalan. Anything you don't say. It is Jal and his Jalan is there. Okay. Then what is there? Tad Jalan. Tajjam. Tallam. Tad Anam. 3, this is a compound word. This is samasis. And Madhya Lopi samasis. Tajjam, Tallam, Tadanam. There are 3 words hidden in this compound. If you have Bhashya of Shankar, Bhashya of Chandogya, which you must be having, you can refer to it. And here also it is there. In Brahma Sutra also he has quoted that. So what is the characteristic of the word? 3 words are there. Tajjam, Tallam, and Tad Anam. Okay. So what it means? Is it some mantra or what? Devi mantra? No. These 3 words are description of world. These 3 words are describing world. Oh. What is the meaning of tajjam? जो जम गया नहीं भाई, you don't speak in between. Let me complete first. This tajjam means tat jam. Jam is jayate. Tat means Brahma. Tasmat Brahmana jatam. Tasmat Brahmana jatam. That world which is born from world, Brahma. That world which is born from Brahman. Tasmat Brahmana jatam. देखो, whole thing is one samas. Tajjalan itself is one samas. And there is samas in samas. Tajjam is also samas. And tasmat jatam, which samas? Tasmat jatam. Tatpurush. From that it is born. Born from that. Panchami is Tatpurush. So tajjam, got my point, no? Tasmat jatam. Tasmat brahmana jatam. That which is born from that Brahman. That is called tajjam. Tajjam means born from that Brahman. Tasmat brahmana jatam. Oh. So this is the meaning of world. Which is born from Brahman. Now second word, see, tallam. Tallam means tasmin brahmani liyate iti tallam. World which goes back into Brahman, resolves into Brahman, is called tallam. If anybody has 3 sons, he can name 3 sons. Tajjam, tallam and tadanam. This is the name I'm telling you. Tallam means tasmin brahmani ev liyate. Iti tallam. This is what contribution of Bhagwan Veda Vyas is so big. And third word is tad anam. Tad anam means what? Teen brahmana aniti. Jivati tishtati. That which is sustained by that Brahman. That which is sustained. Sustained. Tatina brahmana aniti. Aniti. Jivati. Tishtati. Enlivened by Brahman. देखो प्राण word has come. Pra plus an. Na becomes ra preceded by ra. Therefore it becomes prana. Enliven. An dhatu is there. An, not English an. An. To breathe. To breathe. Aniti, anitaha, ananti. Anifi, anitaha, anit. Animi, anivaha, anima. So an dhatu is there. So that which gives life, that which sustains the world. Okay. I hope tajjam, tallam and tadanam is clear. So how will you conclude now? Brahmana, Brahma eva jagatah sthiti laya karanam. Brahma alone is the cause of, what is it called? Creation, sustenance and dissolution. Okay. And therefore, world is given the title Tajjalan. World is given the title Tajjalan. Therefore, Tajjalan is Bahubri Samas. And Tat word will go inside both. Therefore, I said Madhyam Pad Lopi Samas is there. Madhyam Pad. So, Yasmat Tajjalan Sarvam. So, Tajjalan, from that Brahman, Yasmat Tajjalan Sarvam. From that, whole world has come. From that, Yasmat Tajjalan Sarvam. Tasmat Sarvam Brahma. Yad rakhna, this is the hetu for the Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. Be very, very careful. Yasmat. From whom? Because from that Brahman, whole world is born. Therefore, whole world is Brahman. How will you say? Yasmat Tajjalan Sarvam, comma. Yasmat Tajjalan Sarvam, comma. Tasmat Sarvam Brahma. Therefore, everything is Brahman. Brahma karyatvat sarvam Brahma. Yat yasya karyam tat tadatmakam. If anything is the effect of something, it is of the same form. Yat yasya karyam tat tadrupam. If ornament is the effect of gold, so ornament is gold rupa, is a form of gold. If pot is the effect of mud, so pot is mud rupam. If the world is the effect of Brahman, world is Brahma rupam. And therefore, it is said here, Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma. Sarvam Khalvidam. Khaluidam. Khalu means verily, indeed. Khalu. Okay. Understood, yes. Why are you describing it? I am describing it because second mantra is talking about Manomaya, Prana Sharir, Bharupa. Here Bhagavan Vedavyas is saying this is talking about Brahman because Brahman has been coming in the first mantra only. Now, one more point is there because the Purpaksh is going to raise another question on that. Here it is said, see the mantra here, Shantah Upasita. Shanta means Shanta San, being quiet. May you do Upasana of such a Brahman. May you do Upasana of such a Brahman. So first mantra is telling first about the Brahman, then telling about the Upasana. Shanta means Ekagrataya. The emerging thought and merging thought should be one. Shanta Rupena Upasit. Rag Dvesh Rahit San Upasit. You do Upasana without bringing your attachment and aversion. Rag Dvesh Rahit Upasita. Upasita. Vidiling is there. One should do Upasana. Okay. Achha. Why one should do Upasana? Because as you will repeat, as the thoughts which you identify with, you are going to become that. This is the principle of Upasana. Generally it is said, as you think, so you become. I'm trying to modify it little. As you identify with the thought, that you become. Making it more clear. Identify with the thought. Okay. So one saint was there in Rishikesh. He used to do upasana of Anjaneya. Abdullah, he developed little tail. So it is a natural thing whose upasanas you do. Your body and mind both start changing accordingly. Those who are dance teachers, they become feminine. Male teachers, I mean. Because they're constantly dancing how gopis went, how this went. So if you see them, their expressions will also become little feminist expression will be there. Because of their upasana. If you see those who eat lot of goat, mutton, their face also becomes like, their goat, he-goat, you must have seen. The beard is also like that. I'm telling you, can see that. If you see, as if goat is coming, this beard is like that. Because they have been thinking about, identifying with it. So principle of upasana, you understand. The voice changes of a person. His eyes changes. His way of moving, going changes. Okay. So there's a big effect in the person's mind. Big effect is there. If the wife and husband are very close and they lived with each other for 50 years, 60 years, so wife becomes like husband, husband like wife. So they have little, their little characteristics come, little shade comes. Shade. Because they have been constantly thinking about each other. If teacher and disciple is there, disciple is very close. So his all styles will have the teacher's style. Speaking style, eating style, walking style. Because he has been doing the upasana almost. So whom you identify, whom you are not thinking, I am not saying thinking, whom you identify. Identify means from whom you get sorrow and joy. And there is a word of warning. If you hate somebody, you think a lot. You start behaving like whom you hate. There was one Pandit in Varanasi. While doing chanting the mantras, you start chanting Azan, Quran. So they found why he still starts reciting Quran in between. Because the whole day he used to hate these Muslims and talk about how bad they are. So the shape of those Quranic words and this, he started coming in his unconscious mind. Your unconscious mind is more stronger than the conscious mind. Because unconscious mind, you never put effort to think. In conscious mind, you put effort. Therefore, a person is known by how pure or impure his dream is. Because in dream, you don't control your thought. Intellect is not a controller. So thought just come. Here you stop the thought. No, it's a bad thought. Sorry. Oh, again, I'm thinking like that. So there is a controller here in the waking state. In the dream, controller is not there. Therefore, Ramji told to Shabri, the sign of devotee is sapneo nahi dekha par dosa. In the dream, he doesn't see somebody's God. And therefore the upasana has a very big effect on our mind. Rather, we are the product of what we have thought and in the past. Yam yam vapi sparan bhavam tijatyante kalevaram tam tame vaiti konte sada tadbhav bhavita. And therefore Bhagavan puts one strong recommendation. Not recommendation, injunction I will say. Tasmat sarveshu kaleshu mamanusmara yuddhacha. He said, all the time you identify with me only. Don't identify with man, woman, money. Either you identify with Sagun Sakar Ishwar or you identify with Nirgun Nirakar Ishwar. Therefore, constantly I have been saying in the evening class, our source of sorrow and joy should be God only. Don't derive lot of sorrow and lot of joy from any incident or person. Little is okay. He said something, I was disturbed for 5 minutes. So he praised me, I was very happy, but it is all gone. I'm not going to dwell into it. We are very careless thinkers. I always say that. Because mind is not seen by anybody. And we never are answerable to what I'm thinking. Schedule, nobody is seeing your mind. Therefore you can think anything. Your clothes people are seeing, therefore we are conscious of what clothes I am putting on, what glasses are there, what car is there. When I am in the class, it is recorded, but nobody is recording your mind. Only after a time being, a net result of your mind is seen by the people. Net result. So what becomes more inner, we become more careless about that. Okay, so see what is written here. Why you are saying? Because this whole prakaran is like that. Khalu shanta upasita. So what is written here? Please see. Yatha kratuhu. Same mantra, first mantra. Yatha, you have left khalu kratumaya purusha. Are bhai. Kratumaya purusha means that person is of the nature of what upasana he has done. That is meant here, Kratumaya Purusha. Kratu means Upasana. Kratumaya Purusha. Kratumaya Purusha means person is the product of his thinking or whom he identified with. He is a product of his identified thought. Many thought may come, but where he got identified with. And therefore, like Shraddha Mayoyam Purusha, Kratumaya Purusha. Kratumaya Purusha, not Kratu. Kratu, don't become Punjabi. This is Kratuhu. Kratumaya Purusha. Okay. And see the injunction you see. You can enjoy this. Yatha Kratuhu asmin loke purusho bhavati. As yatha kratuhu, that the person is there as he is identifying with. In this world he is like that only. If he is identifying with the womanish thought, he is a womanizer. Being with the woman is not womanish. Identifying, getting joy from it, indulging mentally into it. Therefore, Ras Leela is very important to understand. Being with the money is not a greedy person. Getting lot of joy after and sorrow from money is very greedy. Then he is a greedy person. When from Rameshwar I was coming to Madurai and the taxi person said, 11,000 rupees. We can, okay. Time was less, airport, we had to catch the flight. After few moments, one person was there. He discovered, he or she, I will not take his name, that the charge is only 8,500. Now, whole way, all 3 hours, only one question, why he is charging? So much pain was there. I said, now it is over, now let us pay and finish, we'll miss the flight. He cannot get down. Don't worry. But he should not charge. We should report to him. I said, you report anywhere. Let us reach there, then report. In between, if he stops and drops in the village, all area is his. You should know where to confront any person. Just remain quiet. Let us reach airport. Then fight with this person. On the way, don't fight. Because if he stops here, we'll miss the flight. We'll lose 20,000. But why? So much was that buddhi. That is called greed. Greed can be with the beggar also. Don't think rich person is a greedy. Not like that. Person who deals with the money may not be greedy. Very rich person may not be. Very big businessman may not be greedy. Greedy means one who gets sorrow and joy after getting and losing money. That's my point here. Got my point. So kratuhu yatha kratu. That means what? As is the person's identification. He is defined like that. He is not defined by where his identification. So somebody is Ishwar Bhakt, which I have been repeatedly saying. Why? He gets joy and sorrow from the Ishwar Bhakt. If you have no sorrow from Ishwar and no joy for, you may do a lot of jap. You are not Ishwar Bhakt. You are a religious person. We are not going to give you title of Bhakt. Because you don't get any sorrow and you don't get joy after jap. So this title will not be there because you do puja or you do jap. Therefore you are Bhakt. No. You are not happy with God. You are not sad by not doing. Then Ishwar Bhakti is not. Got my point? Guru Bhakt, one who gets sorrow and joy for being with the Guru and not being, he is a Guru Bhakt. One whose joy is too much with the Guru and whose sorrow is too much without the Guru, he is Guru Bhakt. Not living with the Guru, you can live with the Guru. You are a Shish, but not Guru Bhakt. So identification is a very typical aspect. So as you think, so you become. It's a little incomplete. I'll add into one thing. As you think with the thought you identify with, you become like that. Okay. Positively, negatively also. Positively also, like Puranjan identified with his wife, he became a woman. He became a woman. By Darbi he became a queen because Punyashali was there, so he became a queen. Okay, he became like that. If you identify with dog, understand, let us. Being with the dog, you may not become dog. Or being with the cat, you may not become. But if you identify with the cat, then case is refer Jad Bharat. Identify. Feeding cat is not a problem. But you are very happy when you see the cat. They put name also of that cat. And somebody came and put some bell also. No, bell was there. From bell only she ran away, I am telling you. Before that, she was here. And the one who put the bell, she. You had asked her what? To put the bell. Okay. This, putting bell in the cat, who will bell the cat. So, बहुत important principle है. Yatha kratu asmin loke bhavati. Take these mantras very, very seriously. It is going to decide what you will be in this birth and next birth also. So source of your sorrow, joy, please be careful. Not living with the people. Person may live with the saints, he can still be sinner. Because he is not identifying with the sorrows and joy. Narad ji, the past birth, used to just serve the saint. He was a Dasi Putra. Saints came in Chaturmas, used to just serve and take their eatables, leftover. And he became a saint later. And therefore it is said, please see, tatha itaha pretya bhavati. Itaha means from this world. Leaving this world, he becomes that. Leaving this world, he becomes that only. Yatha kratuhu asmin loke purusho bhavati tatha itaha pretya. Ita means from this. Itaha gacchami. I am leaving from here. Itaha gacchami. Ita means from here. Here. Ita. Pretya. And itaha pretya. Pretya means having left. Bhavati. He will becomes that only. So what do you mean by that? So last is the instruction. Sa kratum kurvita. Therefore one should do upasana. One should do upasana means what? One should be very careful about his mind. Especially your thoughts which you are repeating and identifying. Monitor your mind. Put a strict vigilance on your mind. Which thought is repeating now? Which issue is making me sad? Which person is making me sad? Which person is making me very happy? Which person is making very overjoyous? Okay. I hope first mantra is clear. So sarvam khalvidam brahma jalanit is the first step. Second statement is shanta upasit. This Brahman which is shant, ragdesh rahit, one should do upas. Why? Khalu kratumaya purusha. This person is of the nature of what he thinks only. Third statement. Yatha kratu asmin loke bhavati tatha ita pretya bhavati. As in this world he is what he thinks, he is similarly after this death he will become that. Last statement. Sa kratu kurvit. Sa kratum kurvit. Therefore, this person should do upasana. Sa kratum kurvit. This person should do upasana. The whole mantra has to be understood to understand the second mantra. Then what you want to say? What you want to say? Bhagavan Vedavyas again coming back. He said, Manomayadi Prana Shariraha Upasya Vastu is Brahman, because Brahman it is started from. Whole first mantra is talking about Brahmopasana. Sagun Brahma Nirgur Brahma. Sagun Brahma. Because world has come. Tajjalan. Don't miss all these points. And therefore the characteristic mentioned by Manomaya, Prana Shariraha, Bharupa is of that Brahman and not of the Jeev. This is his point. Okay, bhai. I understood that point. Okay. So, now Purva Paksh is come. Because this is a Nyaya Granth, so you have lot of discussions. It will churn your intellect. It will threadbare analysis, which is called. But I am clear. No, we are clear because we don't think. He says, no, I don't agree. But what you don't agree? With the Upasana? No, with Upasana I agree. Then what you don't agree? I don't agree that this is Brahman. This is Brahma Upasana. But Brahman word is coming. I'm telling you why Brahman word has come there. Why? Tomorrow I'll tell. Tomorrow you will see how now he is saying why Brahman world is coming. He has no problem of Upasana. But why Brahman world is coming, he has to say something. We will see tomorrow. Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamadachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri